Hi everyone! I know casserole might not sound so inviting to some people, but trust me, this dish is hands down delicious. Big Mama knew what she was doing. Here are the ingredients. You can also use the McCormick brand of the spaghetti sauce packet. Bring a pot of water to a roiling boil on high heat. Salt your water and add large elbow macaroni. You want to give, whenever you add pasta to water, you want to give it a stir so that it does not stick. You want those pieces separate. Follow the directions on the sauce packet and add the seasonings at the end. Now, bell pepper, that's what made this dish Big Mama's casserole. It is not Big Mama's casserole without the bell pepper. I don't know how she knew how to bring these flavors together, but she did. She was amazing. I learned how to cut around the core from Gordon Ramsay. Thank you, Gordon Ramsay. Big Mama, she used to take out the core and slice it crosswise and have these big pieces of bell pepper. Thinly sliced, but it would be the whole side of bell pepper. I like mine diced, so I cut those quarters into strips, and then I take 3 or 4 strips and I cut them crosswise to dice the bell pepper. Add that bell pepper to the sauce, and this is what makes all of the difference. Once I get the bell pepper added into the sauce, give it a nice stir to get that flavor infused into the sauce. What you don't want to do is add the bell pepper at the beginning of the sauce. Make sure you add it when there's only about 3 to 5 minutes left that you need to cook the sauce, because you don't want to end up with mushy bell pepper and it can go really soft fast. Now it's time to check on the pasta. The pasta is done. Get it drained. Now that the pasta is drained, we don't have to worry about it until we need it again. So leave it alone and work on the other ingredients. I love Trader Joe's meatless Italian sausage. This is the one I use. If you like a different brand, of course, use the brand that you like, or you can try this one. It's the one we really like. I cut it into about 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch slices, and I used 3 of the sausage. I didn't use the entire pack. Heat up a skillet on medium-high heat. Add about a tablespoon of oil and cook that sausage about 3 to 5 minutes. It's only necessary to cook it on one side. One got away, don't let it get away. After the sausage is finished, add it to the sauce. At this point, the heat is turned off of the sauce because it's finished cooking. And now I'm building that sauce and adding flavors and making it nice and chunky. We love zucchini in this dish, and it's a way to get vegetables into a delicious dish, and the kids love it. It has never been a problem because this dish is so good. I cut the zucchini lengthwise, and then I cut all 4 slices about 1/4 inch, and I take all of those 4 slices, put them on the flat side so they don't roll around, and I cook them in the same skillet that I just cooked the sausage in, on medium-high heat. And you only need to cook that zucchini about 3 to 5 minutes. Add that zucchini to the sauce, give it a good stir, and at this point the sauce is finished. The sauce is finished, the pasta is finished. And put a lid on the top and let it rest. The next ingredient that makes Big Mama's Casserole Big Mama's Casserole is cheese. I used Kobe Jack. Use any kind of cheese. The sauce is finished. The pasta is finished. Cheese is grated. It's time to bring it all together. I decided not to use the entire pot of sauce, so I'm figuring out how much sauce I wanted to use. I used about 2 cups because this dish makes a lot of pasta. So if you're having a large family gathering or people are coming over, this is a great dish to make. Or if you don't want to cook for the entire week, you could eat this dish for a week if you're by yourself, or it'll feed a large family. You want your pasta to sauce ratio to be just right. Don't add all of the pasta at once. You want to add it intermittently and gradually. I did not add all of the pasta that I cooked because I decided to not make the entire amount. Now you stir up that pasta and that sauce and that cheese, and you want to make sure that your pasta is nicely coated. You don't want it to be you don't want the macaroni not to be coated when in all of the sauce, because you could make it dry, and you don't want it to be too dry. You also don't want it to be too wet. So if you have a lot of sauce at the bottom, then you can add more pasta, because you want that pasta to sauce ratio to be just right. Now, technically, all you have to do is add this to a baking dish, 350 degrees, 20 to 30 minutes to melt that cheese, and the casserole is finished. But Big Mama being Big Mama, she took things to the next level. Normally, she would make this dish, and she would also make candied yams. I decided, instead of candied yams with all of that sugar and all of that butter, to just make mashed sweet potatoes, which we love just as well. Big Mama loves sweet potatoes in any form. She would just bake a whole sweet potato and have it as a snack. I've peeled that sweet potato, and I'm going to cut it in half crosswise, and then I'm going to cut each half lengthwise. And I'm cutting the sweet potato into large chunks because I wanted to cook faster. So I cut each quarter in half, and then cut that half into thirds, into large chunks, as you see. And I'm doing this because I wanted to cook faster. And breaking the size down, the smaller the size, the faster it will cook. So it would only take me about 20 to 30 minutes to cook that sweet potato. It's all cooked. Now it's drained, piping hot and fork tender, and ready to be mashed. Add it to a bowl, and you'll see how easy it is to mash this sweet potato. Add about a teaspoon of nutmeg and about 1 to 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. I also added about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We have a sweet tooth in our family, working on it. Now you want to use the mixer to get rid of the strings in the sweet potato. Mix and rinse, mix and rinse. You do not want to let those strings go down your drain. The strings stick to the beaters of the mixer, and it captures those strings to remove them so that you'll have a nice, smooth consistency of your mashed sweet potatoes. And like I said, repeat that about 3 times. The casserole is finished. The sweet potatoes are finished. Big Mama's Casserole is truly a family classic. Her great-grandchildren, grandchildren, that's me, love this dish. When you make it, you will know why we all love it too. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. You're gonna love it. Bye.